Hi everyone, it's Faye here from Little Dreams Consulting. So I've come on here today to talk a little bit about how to help your little ones settle in with their sleep when they start nursery. So obviously it's coming to that time of year now where you might be enrolling your little one in nursery, or maybe they're just going back after a bit of a summer break. So we often get parents asking us how they can best support their little one to nap well at nursery. So there are a couple of things that we recommend that you consider. So the first is that if it's a brand new environment for them to sleep in, so they're starting nursery for the first time, then try and ease them in gently. So maybe start them for a few half days to start off with, and gradually build it up so that they get used to their environment before you're asking them to suddenly go to sleep in a room that they're not really used to or familiar with. And similarly, when they do start going for full days, it might be worth checking with nursery, say after lunchtime or after their morning nap, how well they've slept, and maybe, if possible, arranging to go and get them a little bit earlier on when they first start, so that you can make sure they're in bed at a reasonable time, just to make up for any lost sleep during the day. Similarly, don't be afraid to use an early bedtime anyway when they start nursery. So it may be that naps go completely out the window because, who wants to sleep in a room full of other people for the first time? They're going to be a bit like, oh, this is new, and the environment's completely different, will smell different, will look different. So it's definitely worth just thinking about getting them in bed nice and early when they first start nursery, just to make up again for that lost sleep that they may have had during the day. So anything from 6 p.m. is absolutely fine to pop your little one down to sleep. And also just take something familiar with you for them to be able to have at nursery when they go to sleep. So whether that's their comforter or their favourite blanket or something, it's just something that reminds them of home and will help them settle in and go to sleep in the way that they normally would when they are in their normal environment. So I can tell you from my own personal experience, it's definitely worth buying 2 of their favourite teddy or whatever it is, because you're bound to lose one at some point. So it's always useful to have the other one, and one can perhaps be their nursery comforter and the other one could be their one for at home. And it just can really help little ones to settle in when they have something with them that reminds them of their sleep environment at home, because it's something they associate with sleep at home, and usually that does transfer to them being able to associate that with sleep at nursery. And finally, just be very clear with your nursery about how you help your little one go to sleep, how your little one sleeps at nursery, at home, sorry. So if they are going to bed for 1 nap a day, then tell nursery that and tell them what time they normally have that nap. There's obviously going to need to be a little bit of leeway because they've got lots and lots of children to look after, but in general, ask them to stick to a pretty good routine like you would at home. And similarly, ask to see their nap environment at nursery. So it may be that they have a room that's not as dark as it is at home, or a room that uses white noise when you don't use it at home, or does use white noise when you do use it at home, which is great. So just be prepared. So if you know that your little one is going to be asked to go to sleep in a room that's very, very light, might even be worth suggesting to nursery, is there any way we could put up a grow blind or something to make it a little bit darker? And also, if you have like a little white noise machine or something that you think perhaps nursery could benefit from, you could even suggest whether or not they'd think about buying one for the room to help with any background noise and any other children that might be waking up. So yeah, those are our top tips for transitioning your little one to go to sleep at nursery. It is a bit of a rocky road to start off with. It could be that it takes a little while for them to get used to it, and that's completely normal. Don't worry about it too much. Like I say, just ease them in. Try and pick them up early if you can, and speak to your nursery about any concerns that you have. Okay, lovely to speak to you all. Bye.